Hello everyone and welcome once again for a Thursday live stream here at DP Gaming. My name is Adam and we're going to be trying a new game today. I have had a little bit of time in it already and we are going to hop in as I am partway through my work orders and missions and whatnot. Going to be going into Hardspace Shipbreaker. Let me see if I can get this switched over properly. There it is. Fantastic. And get everything reset up now that I am switched around here. That's not right. That's the one. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Let's have that. And let's have this. That should do it. Alright, let's go back into career mode here. Like I said, I am partway into playing several hours. And in this game, we are taking apart spaceships in a dry dock? Wet dock? Space dock. And we're taking them apart piece by piece. Gonna be separating them out. And either salvaging or collecting different pieces so that we can earn money, get credits, and also upgrade our tools. When you start out, you are already $1 trillion in debt, and working to pay off that debt for taking on the absolute privilege of getting to work in space and cut everything apart. Let me take a quick look here at my certifications. You start off at rank 1 in a tutorial mode, and then after you complete your objectives there, they bump you up to rank 2, where you can move on from the tutorial ships to the class 1 ships. And then every couple of steps you'll be going up to a different class of ship with more requirements, more things to do. Right now I am rank 6. I only need 5 more work order objectives to advance to rank 7. I'll get a new class of ship, which generally means larger, more complex, but also more dangerous. Because whenever these things come in, they're not fully decommissioned and still have fuel and active reactors, cryo freeze things, coolant to keep everything from exploding. I think those are the only things that I've found so far. Electrical things as well, batteries and power cells, things of that nature. But it's going to add more and more things, I'm sure. And then once I move up to rank number 7, then I will be able to come in here to the equipment. They have new icons for everything. Things are a little bit more detailed looking. That's nice. But I'll be able to come in here and then purchase upgrades here at rank 7 for extra range, greater heat capacity, that sort of thing. There's a few things that I'm looking for. The laser cutter is nice. I don't have a problem with the range, really. I usually get in pretty close to cut everything. But I'll be able to show that as well. The grapple is nice. One of the things that I'm looking for is to improve the strength of it so I can move objects around that are heavier. More tethers are nice. Tethers will really grab the big things and enable you to move them around a bunch, get them to where you need to go. So that's going to be good as well. I'm saving up. I have these, the corporation I work for is the Lynx Corporation, so they have the Lynx tokens, and I have 4,127. So that will definitely be enough to buy the upgrade for the strength and the tether. Yeah, that'll be able to take care of those easily. But just kind of saving up because at some point you are able to purchase instead of rent your tools, which decreases the amount of debt you can pay back on a day-to-day basis. And for instance, the grapple here is 10,750 Lynx credits. So trying to be a little bit judicious in what I spend my credits on, or my tokens on, so that I can afford to get that and really work down my debt. I believe I've already upgraded or increased my increased the certification in order to purchase the helmet. That's taken care of, so that's going to be off my daily costs. I believe thrusters I've already purchased. Work suit I can buy at 8, so not quite there yet. The spectrum cross spectrum scanner at level 7 I'll be able to purchase. That's 3,500, so that's going to be a big one. Eat up into a bunch of these costs here. I will probably do the tether and the strength upgrades, weight upgrades on the grapple first. That'll just let me do more things in a shorter amount of time and really knock out some stuff there. Let's see, our cross spectrum scanner is down to 7% durability, so I'm just going to use a repair kit on that. You'll find those or purchase those, bring it back to 100. So far, I haven't really noticed a big detriment whenever things get down to 0% durability, like the cutter and the grapple. But there's a lot going on, so I'm sure I've missed something. Maybe the grapple can't do as heavy pieces of objects, so might as well go ahead and do that as well. Oh, we're at 10%, so I'll get that repaired there. Hopefully we'll be able to find some more repair kits on the ships that we work on. Sometimes they will come with things like oxygen and fuel and repair kits that you can just get for free as opposed to purchasing from the lovely Lynx Corporation. So since I only need 5 work order objectives, I'm not worried about the amount of aluminum, nanocarbon, or credits to get to the next area or next certification. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit smaller class of ship instead of grade 4. I'm going to go grade, what is grade, oh, hold on. Grade 4, grade 3, grade 2. Yeah, so that's going to be the training ships. Probably just do a 3. Those are fairly quick in terms of what it takes to get them apart. We have this one here, whose total value is 6,400. So I'll be getting some money for this whenever I'm taking things apart and salvaging, but also it shouldn't be overly difficult to get what I need out of it to complete my work orders. So let's go ahead and get that started. Bring it into the dock where I can begin my shift. Yep. There we are. Has links upon? No. All right, great tip. All right, let's start our working. So I have the grapple selected here. Get over to this area. I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting through everything just to get things apart. All right, got these guys here. Working in 3 dimensions. A little bit tough at times. Alright, is this fully detached? It is. Gonna send this over to the processor with a tap of the F just to boop it over there. Grab this whole thing. Processor as well. It tells you where it goes on the middle bottom of the screen. There we are. Perfect. Throw those guys in there. Go ahead and cut on the other side. Once we get this kind of shell structure removed, we can proceed to get the sides of the ship off. Really get things taken apart, and that way it's easier to work outside in, as it were. Can I just send that right there? Wonderful.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
All right, get all that mess in there. Okay, with that out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and go into this ship because there's gonna be certain things that you need to cut, namely all these bright yellow things on the inside. These on the outside I've already taken care of because that was that shell structure. So yeah, gonna head over here to the airlock. It will take a moment to depressurize. And then repressurize. There's upgrades for the suit that you can get so that you can obtain some oxygen from the inner atmosphere here, but I kind of find I go through everything relatively quickly and run the risk of just blowing the hatch open on the whole thing. So I'm gonna hit this right here to toggle the pressure.
Air pressure level decreasing.
There we are. And do this pinpoint slicer here and take off these cut points. And then I'll be able to do the same thing here. There's not really anything super dangerous that I have to worry about cutting right here. Oh, what is this? Also some sort of credit drive. Free money, you guys.
Goal is complete. Additional goals still remaining.
Certification goal complete. I'm getting these points removed from here. Oh, there's some fuel attached to the wall. I can use that for my thrusters as I'm getting around the ship here. There we are. Ceiling is basically detached. So now I need to come right in here and take care of the floor. And we've got 15 minutes of work in our shift. But you can have as many days as you want to work on everything. It seems like the downside of that, though, is that the more you take apart, then the next day there's less stuff to do, and so you're not getting as many credits. Kind of a diminishing return situation. So your debts don't go down each day unless you're earning enough credits to pay that off. So you kind of want to make sure that is happening. I've had a couple of days where I was just spent taking apart a ship without really turning anything in. So my credits were very low in the terms of like 2,000, 4,000. And at the end of each day, as you start out, the amount of credit or debt you accumulate for each shift is incredibly large. And take this door off the hinges there. We have another drive. It's a data drive this time. Collect that. And you can deactivate the thruster controls here. It just basically takes the fuel out of the thrusters. But there are certain ways to detach the thrusters without having to do that. And that actually, at the console here, uses a resource that you can find, which is a key. And I'm trying to hold on to those as much as possible in case they come in super handy elsewhere. So I should have the bottom detached here, and that's going to make way for this reactor right here. Take these guys off. That'll knock out the back part of the ship here. Which is fine. Gonna see if I can go ahead and move this out of the way. Just push it ever so slowly with my body. I'm gonna detach this because it goes to the barge, which is down below. Send that off. And this is gonna go to the processor.
Salvage secured. Account credit
Get that
applied.
moving, and then bump it in that direction. All right. Now what I need to do is detach this. The line here.
Warning.
Your oxygen reserves are dropping below statistically profitable levels.
That is likely true. The oxygen counts down at a rate of about 1 point per second. So I've got roughly 80 seconds of oxygen left. That's going to go to the processor as well. And can I get this right now? No, it's still attached. All right. So I'm going to make my way over to the hab where I currently reside. Pick up some more oxygen because I didn't see any oxygen containers
Oxygen reserves are critical.
aboard the ship.
Supplies are available for
I'm gonna
purchase
reach
in
out
the
some
master
magnetic
cabin.
gloves there. And then come on over here. 30 seconds of oxygen, which is fine. And just refilling for 8,000 credits of cost fills me all the way up. Go in the right direction. Has a little bit of a pull to it, so it will go in there eventually as long as I can get it close.
Object accepted for processing.
There you
Credits
go.
deposited.
Accepted for processing. Must be a Canadian corporation. When I cut this apart, it is just aluminum. Aluminum is not a major money maker, so it basically just goes scrap to the furnace. And anything that you may have accidentally cut that you would normally be able to salvage just goes to the furnace because it becomes scrap. All right. Move that out of the way. We're gonna attempt to hit this right here. An emergency override, and it may cause a rupture in the fuel lines. It usually does not, but since some updates, it has started to do so.
Please revisit your training.
The nacelles have been destroyed. Did it also destroy the reactor? Because that's going to be a big one. Does not destroy the reactor. So what I'm going to do is use a tether
You got 5 minutes left in this shift.
to
Knock
get
out
that there.
work order before they turn the
Pulls
lights
that
out.
right out.
We were out.
Deposit accepted.
And thumbs up on that. So I have just salvaged that off of the work order. That's a lot of stuff that blew up. That's unfortunate. That goes to the furnace. A lot of this stuff's gonna go to the furnace. Oh, this nanocarbon now goes to the processor as opposed to the furnace.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
That's good to know. You can still salvage the nanocarbon.
Deposit not accepted.
Apparently I did the wrong thing in the wrong place. Alright. Put the nacelle down here to the barge. See if that goes. Bunch of scrap over here to the furnace.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
There's a whole panel that didn't blow up. So I need to complete 5 work orders. I need a power cell, electrical, furniture pieces, mechanical, storage pieces, just a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, this nacelle needs to go to the barge, but it needs to be detached first. So we can take care of that. Alright, let's see if we can clear some of this
Processing
scrap out of
valuable
here.
object. Credits awarded.
Okay. This is now able to be moved. Oh, it went the wrong direction. That's fine. Send that down to the barge.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Alright, let's come in here. Out of the way, sir. Gonna cut away all of these things here. We have a power cell just above us, so I'm gonna make sure not to hit that. Also make sure not to hit the cryo tank. And this is very jumpy. I don't know if it's just like a slow frame rate that I have, but I find it oftentimes difficult to aim precisely. It seems a little floaty, which is not all that ironic considering where I am. Are there any pieces here that I missed? These things look to have been cut. Right, so they're probably just too heavy to be moved out of the way with the grappling gun. So what I will do is go on the outside here and send everything over to the processor. With, alright, that's not what I wanted.
Cutter, we're getting down to the wire. Let's put a bow on this shift.
There it is. Everything's moving very slowly. Alright, the pipes here are connected, so it's going to take the whole thing, which I'm okay with. All that needs to go to the processor. See if I can nab this power cell. And that's blew up somehow? That's never happened before. And I'm gonna drop this into the barge.
Oxygen reserves are low. Reminder, asphyxiation can lead to
Salvage
salvage
secured.
quotas.
Credits
We've only got
deposited.
seconds left on that. So I don't need to bother filling up oxygen because it will refill at the end of the shift. Alright, so 1.07 million credits earned. That's great. It breaks down everything that gets put into the furnace or the processor and the barge. So I've got almost 2,000 kilograms of nanocarbon just from the panels, another 100 kilograms of nanocarbon from other things. Got the thruster cap in there. Aluminum equipment mounts. The reactor was worth 500,000. That's a big one. Go after that. I will be getting the nacelles in there because that's 75,000 a piece. Does it show I've destroyed one nacelle? 45. Wonder what that's about. But get the rest of the nacelles in there to get that back up. Thruster was destroyed. Thruster class 1 and a thruster class 1. I think it only has one thruster. I'm not sure what was destroyed there, why it says there's 4 of them. Antenna, etc., etc. All right, and then just look at the work orders that are in progress here. One container of coolant was almost filled me up, and there should be one on the other side, so I'll be able to get that. There's a couple of fuel tanks that I might be able to get. I have to locate those. The metal's almost done. The nanocarbon, I still have the whole other side of the ship to go through. A few more panels. Nose of the ship eventually. Only 3 storage containers are needed. I can get that easily. Furniture, all those chairs will count. So as long as there's 10 left in there after the explosion, I'll be able to take that and get it completed. All right, we'll complete our shift. Didn't really earn anything in the way of links, tokens for upgrades, or finished out the, well, I don't think I have finished out the certification. So I'll just continue to go for this current ship as well. Looks like I have 600,000 in debt that was accumulated for the daily fee. My salvage is 1.07 million, so I came out about 400,000 ahead there. That's nice. You know, it goes up and down, but usually pretty good. Starting out at $1 billion, I am already, what, almost 30 million paid off. All right, yeah, that was just the one completed. So I'll be able to get the other 4 needed to upgrade certification on this next salvage. And we'll continue. All right.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Can I grab that and send it there? Grab this
Salvage
right here.
deposit accepted. Credits
I
transferred.
should just go ahead and use the tethers, because those get refilled after each shift as well. Wait, why? Why are you doing this? There we are. And those are part of the front of the ship, so I don't get those yet. But I can just pull all the chairs out.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
And chairs obviously go into the barge. That should be filling up my
Salvage secured.
furniture
Account credit
totals.
applied. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Eight,
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
9. And this will give me 10 and a nice little thumbs up confirmation. Oh, it did not give me a thumbs up
Account
confirmation.
credit applied.
And I can continue to put seats and chairs in there for the extra money because they are definitely worth something. And it's an easy thing to get
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
when it doesn't break the tether. Got it.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Okay. Let me pull some things like this electrical panel off. And hopefully I won't get zapped. That gets salvaged. And I can pull other electrical panels off, like the door here. I think this is electrical. Maybe it's mechanical. That is mechanical. Thought there was another one on the side there, but I guess not. Alright, let's see if we can get into the other side. That's not on anything. But I do know a little bit about this thing being kind of wonky. I've cut a panel completely before, and it still counts it as being attached to the ship. We don't want that. And this should be detached here.
Valuable object processed. Credits
So let's see if we can
deposited.
get this into the processor. It is not moving, so apparently it's still attached somewhere, which is fine. All right, let's try to cut anything valuable. Let's go into the furnace. Because I think it is all aluminum. Alright, there's a fuel line. I'm glad I didn't rupture that.
Material deposited.
Let's see. Can I just destroy... Oh, there's a switch in here? Let's take care of that switch. Fuel shutoff valve. There we are. Now the lights are off. Can I just remove the switch? No. Alright, let's take the pipe out here. And then the fuel tank can be sent to the barge. Got a little bit of leak when it hit stuff.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Alright, let's just cut all of this out of the way. And perhaps I can remove these junctions here. Does look like it's had the same pattern as a cut point. I think that is something new. I don't remember those junctions being there previously. Flush switch can go to the barge. Is the airlock open? It is not. So
Warning.
can I take
Oxygen reserves are low.
that? Nope. There we go. Gonna vent that out. What's the best way to take care of that? Alright, I'm under a minute of oxygen.
Oxygen reserves are critical. Please contact your plan administrator to add asphyxiation coverage.
I definitely don't want to cut this canister of fuel. Alright, let's go ahead and grab some oxygen. Reel myself in a bit.
Welcome to Venditron 9000.
Uh-oh. There we are. Did I just shut all the music off by accident? Seems like I did. Kind of dig the, you know, space banjo they had going on.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Alright, can I cut through the airlock? Seems like there's a little extra spot up at the top there. Alright, still connected. we go. That should remove that panel. Not as good a cut as I wanted.
Cutter, there's 5 minutes remaining in this shift. Get in while the getting's good. We wrap.
Work this out this way. Yes, I can. All right. Now I can get in here. Take care of these guys. Don't hit the tank. All right, now with that apart, should be able to get out here. Before I just send that all off, I'm just going to grab this fuel, top off on my thrusters. That pipe destroyed, or at least broken up. I can get these guys out of here. I don't know so much about this.
Deposit accepted.
I can definitely take the panel off. That is not wanting to move. Alright, so the airlock is kind of holding everything on there as far as I know. Can I just simply grab this? Alright, well, that's less than ideal. Okay. In that case, I am going to see if I can concentrate on some of these guys. There we are. One of the storage containers, put that into the barge.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
These things love to just fling off here with the most reckless abandon. They never seem to come out at the right angle. That's all I wanted.
All right, Cutter. Wrap it up. You got about a minute left.
That is storage complete.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
I need a lot of electrical. I don't know that I can get everything out of here in time.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Get that chair out of there.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Alright, so I don't think I got the other 4 due to everything exploding on me. Not great. But credits earned. That's good. Several things destroyed. Not so bad. Alright. How many did I get? Another $1 million haul. I need the 2 more. Alright, I don't think I can get another $1 million out of that, so what I will have to do is grab a new ship. Let's see, I only need 2 things out of there. So let's do something that's quick and easy, maybe get through it in a day. Ambler Star Cruiser. Alright, smaller ship. Hopefully we'll make quicker work of this. Reactor, power cell, nanocarbon, and metal. Great. The cut points are on the outside for the nanocell or the nacelles. That should be one on top and one on bottom. And then I can just throw those right off there. Alright, well, as long as they both go, I'm okay with that. Since I am here, I'm gonna just grab onto this. The hatch on top that I can try and get through eventually. We take that right off.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Alright, lots of good stuff in here. Here is a utility key just floating about. Collect that. There is a repair kit. Glad I was able to find one of those. A lot of boxes in here, not normally this many. Data drive, I can pick this up and you can decode things off of that. Oxygen's over there. Lots of great stuff. Supposedly, that, I don't hear anything happening, but yep, that's fine. And I don't see anything extra in here. So at the bottom it shows that the cockpit is pressurized, as is the rest of the ship. So I'm just going to activate the regulator to depressurize this. I guess it's going to go and just depressurize just that. Well, that's not great. Alright, that should take care of that. Get this all cut out. There is no pipe connecting that, so that's going to be a super easy grab. Send that off in that direction.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Gonna go ahead and remove that reactor. That gets me a thumbs up.
Credits deposited.
Take that out. There is a thruster back here. Remove the cap, although I don't see a thing holding it on, so that's nice. It's just kind of stuck there with some glue. Send this over to the processor. Pump. Sling that inside. Alright, gonna remove the thruster here.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Look out, buddy.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Lovely. The back end taken apart. That should move over. I don't know if there's any pipes back here. Let's see what we can do. Go to the processor. Yep, that's moving. No pesky pipes to get in the way. Although the rest of the ship is in the way, so that's not great. And let's see if I can get into the walls here. Not blowing anything up. Oh, this finally broke free there. Oh, look what we have here. Got some fuel containers. See if we can get these to the barge. And here we are. And bring that to me without blowing it up.
Object processed. Credits deposited.
Quota complete. 25 and 25 work orders.
License
Rank
level
6 quotas complete. Just have to end my shift for evaluation. But I do want to go ahead and get some of this other stuff here. Because it's just going to only get me more money. Pay things off. Grab the cutter. Go right in here. And cut this all to pieces. Oh, that's not good. I obviously cut something that's very bad. Is these objects flammable in here? Who's transporting flammable objects? Oh, my oxygen is down to 137, so I'm just going to grab this right here without having to go all the way back. Nor do I have to pay for the oxygen. Let's be a little bit more careful right here because we're dealing with fuel right there and then whatever these cargo containers are. Great. With the floor gun, I can toss this stuff into the barge. Why that is on fire again, I do not know. Soft crates are burning. Alright, can I get this over to the processor? Seems like the whole ship is listing to the side here. Go over that way, please. Since it's just leaning that way, I'm just going to angle this stuff right in there.
Object processed. Credits awarded.
That is enough metal. Great. Health is a little low. I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these health packs on the wall here. Alright. Cutter seems to be a little bit more dangerous effective than it has been in the previous update, so maybe I need to be a little more careful when it comes to the things that are nearby. That is the hatch there. I think that has removed the cargo hatch. Send this to the processor. Is that close enough to send? Yes, it is.
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
Alright, just gotta get that in the right direction. I send this down underneath. It does not want to go underneath. That's fine. Let's move it up out of the way. Get some of these soft crates. Maybe I don't burn them anymore.
Don't bite off more than you can chew. Weaver out.
Account credit applied. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
There it is. Okay. I'm always happy to top up on oxygen. Oh, I should find a power cell.
Deposit accepted.
That'll give me a little bit more work order. It's typically in the front on these particular guys. That should go to the furnace. That should go to the furnace. If I can just kind of get them out of there. Power cell is not here. Just need a little turn. It really pushes you back now. Go. These ships are light enough as you can push the sides around without too much trouble. Oh, I should remove this portion of the nacelle. Just under 2 minutes left. Send that to the processor. Grab that nacelle.
Salvage secured.
Put it there.
Account credit applied.
Don't think there's anything on the inside of this I need to worry about. Nope. Let's just send that to the processor.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
One minute left, Cutter. Time
Perfect.
to start wrapping things up.
It's going to be a lot of stuff to go in there, but I am probably not going to be able to reach that power cell in time. Yep, it's right there. Couldn't quite make it, but that's alright. Alright, quota complete, rank 7. I like it. These are the things that are able to be upgraded. Just a list overview. I'll have to go in there and get them all individually. Nothing to click on here. But 1.6 million for that work is great. Just destroyed a couple of things, not too much. I like it. Reactor is 500,000. Thruster 195. And the 4 nacelles 300. Oh, whole lot of nanocarbon. 7,000 kilograms of that. Alright, great. Work order, got 3 of the 4 things done. And that is enough to push me over the edge. Good morning yourself. Did about $1 million worth of profit on that one. Send that over to my debt. Alright, equipment. The laser is at 0, so I'm going to go ahead and have that repaired. Yes, please. Everything else seems good. Let's see. I know I wanted the strength. Goes up to 2,000 kilograms of movement. Replacing the classified something 08XY medium with a new 09XX something. Purchase requires signing for salvage R&D, NDA, NG-U09XX, and NG-IFF09XX TOS agreement. If I purchase that, will I get the redactions removed? Purchase upgrade? Strength 2 upgrade? No. No, there's further reductions in strength 3, but we have no idea what it is. Alright. And let's grab some more tethers so we go from 15 to 25. Those come in quite handy. Let's see. Range, not too interested in that. Everything that I need is pretty well close. Maybe a larger ship will necessitate a larger range, but I'm not there just yet. We'll see. Let's see. Thrusters are purchased. Scanner can be purchased, but I no longer have enough. So I'll have to work on that. Helmets purchased. Work suit requires level certification level 8. Not quite there yet. The most expensive thing is the cutter. That's like $150,000 per day in my lease agreement from them. And then it requires 19,000 links tokens, so that's going to be quite a ways away. I don't think there's anything else that I wanted here. The range is not a big deal for me. Heat capacity, maybe eventually. It hasn't been too much of a hindrance right now. Thrusters, fuel capacity greater. I find the fuel runs out really slowly, so I'm not too concerned about that. I'm always finding fuel tanks, and it takes multiple days of work before the fuel ever fully depletes. So I'm good on that for right now. I'll save the 125 tokens. I would not mind an increase in top speed. The brake is pretty good. That's always handy. I think I might grab the brake. Kind of slow me down immediately when I need to. I've noticed a couple of times with the top speed increase that the brake just doesn't quite cut it at all times when I want it to immediately stop. So I'm gonna grab that. Good, 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 good. All right. So for the next level of certification, I need to complete 55 work orders, salvage 50 mechanical, 150 electrical, and 500 kilograms of coolant. That's probably not so bad, just because we'll be going through this so often that the coolant will really add up. 45 million in credits though, that's going to be a problem. I think I'll probably finish the credits and the work order objectives last. There's generally a good amount of electrical and mechanical things in each ship that will contribute to that overall total. Alright, don't need to continue salvage, we're pretty much done with that one, and the money obtained is not going to be that great. So now we're into heavy cargo ships, station hoppers, with a ship grade of 5. We had some station hoppers before, got it. 20 million dollars is the total value on that for the 4. Class 5. 17, 21. Not a huge jump in this. I don't know the difference between the two. Medium, these are classified as medium. These are classified as hard. They're only going to remain there for a day in the selection menu. I may grab the Bellicose Lewinsky. Fire rating is high. Electrical rating is a little higher. But there's a good amount of material on these. Yep, let's go for this. Let's do the station hopper here. It should be a transport vessel for passengers as opposed to cargo. I have not done a heavy cargo gecko vessel yet. I'm gonna save that because the money is not quite as great. We'll see how that goes. I'm a little bit more familiar with the station hopper. Not very. It took me a while to figure out how to take the reactor. Had to do some research on that. So let's give it a shot. All right. This is a big ship. See when I can grab this bad boy here. The sensor tower goes to the barge. Perfect.
Salvage secured.
I don't think there's anything on the outside that I can grab. It's all going to be on the inside. So let's head in through the airlock. It'll take me a minute to remember what to do in here. Airlock is pressurized. This place is pressurized. Alright. A lot of seats for individuals. I don't see anything that I can just pick up. There's no data drives laying around, which is fine. Eventually I will need to come in here because this is where the coolant is stored. Alright, well that's certainly not ideal. Oh boy. Alright, well I don't need to get in there. What do we have here? Some oxygen. Lots of oxygen on the wall there. That makes sense. A lot of passengers here. Alright, that was apparently unpressurized. Select a bunch of stuff into there. Ah, we have a data drive here. Like that. Another drive here. Nothing to worry about there. We have another piece of oxygen there. Piece of oxygen? Canister of oxygen. And then let's head into here. Another data drive. Great. Sometimes there'll be a key floating in here, but I don't see one. Another data drive. Oh, a lot of drives here. Alright. All this is unpressurized. And we're gonna head up. We're gonna access the area between. And this requires a lot of cutting to get through. So we'll see how much we can get. There's the reactor there. Be careful of the reactor. Never cut the reactor. A lot of nacelles on this one. Interesting. Those taken care of. Oh, there we are. Gotta watch out for the fuel canisters over here. Got you done there. Some cuts here. Perfect. Now let's check out the nacelles. Those are always good for some cash. Their cut points are on the inside. I don't think I've seen one kind of that far forward before. Ah, here we go. Okay. Alright, they do match on either side. I should have remembered that. Put that bad boy there. Those cut points on the outside. Alright, the other nacelle here. Okay. What I can probably do, reduce some weight to cut out this panel here, which is damaged or just made of aluminum instead of nanocarbon. Get this into some smaller pieces. All right, all that's kind of floating free now. And you've got this little guy here. A waste disposal unit, which is flammable. I guess it catches things on fire, uses fuel to do so. Right, it is attached to the ship hull right there. I have the electrical thing right below me. Take this off, take this off. That should kind of be free now. Oh, careful there. Oxygen's down to 90-ish. I will need to head back to the ship, internal part of the ship, and take care of that. Down to 60 seconds. Shouldn't take that long, but let's just leave some room just in case. Like, just in case I get stuck behind things like that. "30 seconds left. Oxygen right there. All right, perfect. Okay. Why is there a key right here? Strange place for it, but I'll take it.
Alright, Cutter, you got 5 minutes left of this ship before they turn the lights out on you. Pitter patter. We're out.
Alright, that should be the majority, if not all, of the cut points. The ones I can get the outer shell off. That's a wall. Yep, that should do it. Okay, then we have things like this, which is a fuse. And you have to grab it whenever the light is white. No more red lights on there. Okay, nice cells. Alright, unless they've changed anything, well, let me go ahead and salvage what I can, because they may have changed some things that made it fairly easy to get a lot of stuff out of the ship. get out of the way of the nacelle here.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Perfect. A lot of stuff to salvage off of here in terms of the work orders, so that's going to be good.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
A lot of stuff off the sides. That needs to go to the furnace because that is simply aluminum. Should have several pieces over here.
Material deposited.
Perfect. All right, well, the majority of that done. Let's see if I can get some of these guys over to the processor. Looking good, looking good. Hit the other side? Oh, I don't want to go up.
Time is winding down, Cutter. Dig deep and let's finish strong.
Credits deposited.
Wonderful, wonderful. Not all making it over there, but some of it
Valuable
is.
Object processed. Credits deposited.
All right, a few seconds left. There we are. 1.2 million. I feel like I didn't do a whole lot, but that is a lot of nanocarbon, 13,000 kilograms for almost $600,000. Yeah. Oh, extra nanocarbon that are not in panels. Perfect. Yep, that's a lot of good stuff right there. A lot of good stuff. And in terms of work orders, a class 2 reactor, a power generator. Okay, I know where that is. ECU. That's the coolant. I got that. They show a lot of electrical, a lot of furniture, a lot of mechanical, storage items. Pulling apart the ship, I got half the nanocarbon that I need. Not so much the metal, but that's going to be the interior of the ship. Then fuel and coolant. Yeah, I can do that. Let's have one more shift. Basically, doubled the amount of rental fees that I have. To haven't died this ship, so it's 0 in resurrection fees. The interest on my debt, on my loan, is quite high. That's be the last thing that gets paid off. But the cutter rental, I can do that with a one-time purchase. It's going to take some time to get up to. I think that's the one that requires the level 10 certification. And then grapple, the HAB rent is never going to go down. The HAB utilities is never going to go down. But these other rentals, these other 4 rental things I can knock off. Bay lease is never going to go down. Blech. All right. 1900. Scanner is the thing that I can buy for 35. Yep, level 9, level 10 certification. Okay. Let's continue this salvage. Let's see if our tethers are back up. Yeah, they're still going, still pulling. And I'm back at my full complement of 25. That was my big hope that would happen. Alright, we got all of these guys here. The waste disposal unit. And all this is going to be needed to go to the processor. Get that going there. This is probably furnace.
Credits awarded.
Should be one more piece. That's not it. That is simply garbage.
Object not accepted. Please revisit
There it
training.
is. That's going to go to the processor as well. And can we get... Oh. A flume chute goes to the barge. That may not have gone in.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Really
Credits
stinks.
transferred.
Alright, nanocarbon panel goes to the processor. Both of those panels are joined and gonna go. Then this one as well. This guy over here. How many are we able to take? Lovely. We have the ability to get this one.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Yes, we do. That needs to go to the processor. Alright, send all these guys.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
All these pieces are still attached? Possibly? Maybe if I hit this piece right here. There we go. This whole thing is now detached. As long as those both go in there, that would be wonderful. Oh. Can I grab this?
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Seems that I can. Alright. One coolant tank there.
Salvage secured. Account
And
credit
grab these
applied.
guys out of the base. That should go nicely.
Salvage secured. Credits
Coolant
deposited.
objective is complete. That's good. That may be all the coolant that's in here. Alright. Am I able to get this piece? I think so. Oh, nope, because it is attached to the airlock. Can I just bump all these guys towards the processor?
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Alright, so there's a thing with fuses. And there was a bug with them that if you tried to grab them, you would fly towards an object at high speeds. So let's see. There was something in the patch notes about this. Let's see if they've fixed it.
Object accepted for processing.
They fixed
Credits
it.
deposited.
That is amazing. Okay, so there should be 2 other fuses here. You should hear a little beep, beep, beep. One. Although where the actual fuse went, who knows? Beep, beep, beep. Alright, well that was not exactly what I wanted. The bump away and the collect is the same button, so if you're out of range, you end up bumping it away. Alright, what is this? Panel aluminum. Got it. Got it. Got it. Alright, that's the front of the ship. So that's the bottom of the ship. Let me just kind of reorient myself to see what I'm doing. Oxygen is relatively low. Just make my way back inside. I'm not going to get that. All right. And scoot down here. There should be oxygen for all of the walls here. Wonderful. All right, I had this going. It is free. Pull this to me. And send this down toward the barge. Okay.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Could be all of that. This thing. Slide right out. And send that towards the processor.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
It's not really gonna let me get things out of there. Got a few things here. That is fully detached. All right, let's see if they fixed this. And by fixed, I mean made it more difficult. You should be able to just burn off this fuel pipe here. To detach the thruster. Okay. That worked. How can I extract these from the insides and put them on the outsides?
Alright, Cutter, you got 5 minutes left of this shift before they turn the lights out on you. Pitter patter. We're out.
Great. Try and get this outside around some pipes. There we go. Great. Can we get this out of the way, or is it stuck now? There we go.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
I have 19 tethers left. I should be able to do that. Let's pull the fuel out of here. Hopefully not break anything.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Oh no, oh no. There's a fuel leak.
Salvage
Process the
deposit
fuel
accepted.
tank.
Credits transferred.
All right. Not quite all the fuel that was available. Unfortunate. Okay, let me stop off and grab some more oxygen because I will need that before my time runs out. Great. We'll have to remove that. We've got that. Okay. So one of the things we need to get out of the way are these caps, because they are actually worth something. Go to the processor. Okay.
Time is winding down, Cutter. Dig deep and let's finish
Now let's
strong.
grab this and pull it to the back so that we can just get it out of the way. Don't go too far. Okay. Now with that out of the way, we're getting a few of these other items a little bit further and further out of the way of the reactor. Coolant pipe does not feed through this, so we can safely remove it now that the fuel is gone. We also will need to be able to remove some of these pipes here. Alright, well that's all we have for the day. 2.4 million, would you look at that? Nicely done. I know I said one more, but I really want to get this reactor out of there, because if I quit the game, then it all resets, or the ship goes away, and have to do a brand new deal. Alright, work orders. Got those two complete. Hopefully we can get the reactor without it exploding. Hopefully we can get the ECU out without it exploding. And then just a bunch of little things to toss down into the barge. Nanocarbon should be able to be completed if I can get the back sections of the ship to the processor. Metal's going to be all the internal stuff that may be able to be done. I don't think there's any more fuel tanks, unfortunately. Maybe that leak caused the little bit to... Or I'm not going to be able to get the last little bit I need to get the work order done. Okay. Perfect. Alright. Knocked a big chunk out of the debt here. 1.8 million or so taken care of. Didn't improve any of the certifications. No real surprise there, but I am almost up to 3,500. I can purchase the scanner, and that way that's one more thing off of my daily debt. Very happy to see that. Let's continue. Reel me in a bit.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Oh, those new brakes. New brakes. Okay. Let me get back to these pipe action here and clear things out of the way. Got a couple of caps, a couple of pipes. Don't let that overheat. The fuel pipe in the way here. All that taken care of. As an aluminum structure, can I just peel that off? No. But I also want to get these aluminum beams out of the way, just in case they cause any issue. I don't know why this aluminum structure says barge. Great. Alright, so all that's out of the way. That should be all I need. There we go. That I don't want because the coolant pipe goes right into that. Alright, so all those pipes out of the way. Yeah, it's probably best to just get back into the ship. To the access panel. Over this direction. Nice shadows there. And then once I get back into here, this bad boy here. Now if I can, it's gonna take to get through this entire panel. Ah, lovely.
Salvage destroyed. Don't do that.
Well, do what we can because we must. Alright, so that's going to make it easy to get in and out of there. Because I will certainly need to get over to the reactor as quickly as possible. Like that. Like that. Like that. So now we have the reactor timer, our health pop up right there.
Reactor meltdown triggered. Action urgently required.
Gonna need to go ahead and get the rest of these coolant pipes detached and out of the way. And then let's see if we can just grab this and go straight down here. It's gonna pull the whole thing out. Supposedly you can break off these pieces if necessary. That is the reactor.
Secured. Credits deposited.
Lovely. Alright, so that ticking time bomb, literal ticking time bomb, is taken care of. Now, can I get this ECU out, this cooling unit out? I believe there is a pipe attached to the back of it. So if I can just cut this pipe, let's not be too cavalier about it. Should be able to pick this whole thing up. And this is going to go to the barge. So let's just tether it right there. Lovely. Alright, so with all that out of the way, fuel pipe goes to the processor, all this nanocarbon goes to the processor, etc., etc. All of this is one piece, so let's see if I can send this whole thing over to the processor. Is it going to be able to get around the entire ship? Hey, not bad. That is a whole lot of metal. Gotta do the same thing here.
Raw material process. Credits deposited.
No, that was just a scrap. There. And there. Is it gonna make it around? It's not gonna make it around. Can I just bring the ass into the ship this way? That might work. Oxygen's a little low. Sneak back inside there and grab some of it. I think all of the moving parts in this thing really make my computer do a little chug. Alright. So that's some good portion of the things that I needed out of there. Electrical, furniture storage, nanocarbon.
Component incinerated. Penalty
Oh
has been
no.
applied.
Oh no. Not ideal. I think one of the pieces went into the furnace as opposed to the processor. All this stuff is being burned and calculated, and it is not doing wonders for my computer right now. I am almost stuck. There we are. This piece out. Send that to the furnace. And now all of these guys can go to the barge.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
All these 15 pieces of furniture.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
The reactor and the ECU are the big ticket items, big money, lots of tokens. So some go for those first, which I could see why you would do so. Otherwise, you're spending a lot of time to take all these little pieces out, only to have your reactor explode.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
That is 8 pieces of furniture.
You got 5 minutes left in this shift. Knock out that work order before they turn the lights out on you. We were.
I gotcha.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Imagine also the encoding and streaming that I'm doing right now is not helping my frame rates,
Salvage deposit accepted.
but that's okay.
Credits transferred.
Got 11 pieces of furniture, 12 pieces of furniture. $13 pieces of furniture.
Salvage secured. Account
Why did it go
credit applied.
between there? That was a shot that I couldn't make if I was trying to.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
That should be 15 pieces of furniture. Electrical pieces, 32? Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. There's a lot of electrical here, but I know there's 32 pieces. Does this count as a storage, a soft crate? Come on. Come out of the door. Does count as storage.
Salvage
Interesting.
deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
That cannot have been attached to anything. It was floating in the air. Might do me some good to
Salvage secured.
take this out.
Account credit applied.
"90 seconds of air left." What I do not care for is the helmet cutting off the HUD sometimes, i.e. how much time is left in the shift. Okay. So many pieces happening right now.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of storage on this ship. Certainly not as much as that last one.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
1 minute left, Cutter. Time to start wrapping things up. Weaver out.
A poster. Oh, I didn't know you could take posters to the barge. That's interesting. Alright, now one of the things you can do, I'm not going to have time for it, but is to remove all of these storage pieces here. And then just cut all the connections on these 4 sides. And you can detach the cockpit area, the flight deck, from the rest of the ship. But I have just bunked up some things up here and caused an electrical malfunction, so let's just stay out of there. And end of shift. 3.6 million. Oh yes, class 2 reactor is $3 million. 16 seats, 300,000. Those do add up. 1 ECU for 240. 1 thruster cap for 46,000. I should have found those other 2 thruster caps. And then a bunch of stuff destroyed. I'll let nanocarbon. Man, I found that that back section would not have gone into the furnace. That would have been a whole lot more for me as well. Maybe you could have got up to 400? Maybe not. Not seeing a whole lot of stuff to compare here when it comes to nanocarbon, but it would have been more regardless. All right, so the work order review, we've got 3 things completed, a whole bunch did not complete, but that's okay. It's been a slow process to do all that, and I am still learning my way around that ship. I know a good deal of it, but just don't have the speed to take care of it. And once all the pieces start flying around, then the whole thing chugs, as may have come through on the stream. But we're going to go ahead and call it there this evening. It was a good time to deconstruct all these different ships and really advance to the next level of certification. So I'm going to do bigger and better things, more upgrades, more ships to choose from. Be a good thing to do, and just gives me more opportunities. More opportunities in the future for the wonderful Lynx Corporation, which of course we all love dearly. I enjoy them so much. They're so kind. Even though they charged me $1 billion and put me in debt. What are you going to do? So until next week, everyone, thank you very much for joining us. We're going to try this out. Well, we may have some different games coming up, but if nothing else, going to fall back to this one. Been having a good time with it. The updates are nice. Have been enjoying the things that they've improved upon over the past few weeks and month or so that I've been playing. Yeah, it was good. Good. We'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us once again, and do check out the rest of our material that we have on the channel. Leave us some likes, tell us what you would like to see, and we can give it a shot. Until next time, keep gaming, everyone. Bye now.